Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Quick question. Have you ever met a person who lied about their name? Well, I'm sorry to say you have now. Good evening, Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and honored guests. When you meet people for the first time and you go to introduce yourself to them, have you ever had them give you a look like, did I really hear that right? Is that really your name? I always get that from people. I have one of those names that make people do that, My name is Tuesday. Yes, you heard me right, Tuesday, just like the day of the week. Now you may think that that isn't cute or funny, but try growing up with a name like that. Believe me, it was not easy. People, teachers, kids, they'd make fun of me all the time. I remember coming home crying to my mom saying, how could you do this to me? I hate my name. She calmly told me that I had a very special name and that one day I would learn to love it. Well, she was right, like most moms are. I learned to appreciate being different, especially when at a meeting or a party and there are 3 Michelles in the room. I was the only one with Tuesday. One day, a friend asked me, do you know how you got your name? I really didn't know. I never thought about it. The next day, I talked to my mom, and lo and behold, there was a story. At this point in my life, I wasn't real sure how happy I was to know that there was a story behind my name. And I was right. It all started with a joke. So here's where I owe you all an apology for telling you that I was named after Tuesday Wells, because that is not the truth. Here is the story that I got from my mom. When my dad was in the Air Force, he had a sergeant whose wife was pregnant at the same time my mom was. Now, they already had a little girl whose name was Sunday. They said if they had another little girl, they were going to name her Monday. Well, my mom, being the funny person that she is, chimed in with, well, if I have a girl, I'll name her Tuesday and get to the end of the week before you and have less kids. Well, the more my parents talked about names for me, the harder it was for them to come up with one. My dad wanted to call me Michelle. My mom has 8 sisters, and one of them is named Michelle. That would not be a good idea. My mom liked Angelina, but my dad thought it was too Italian. As you can see, I'm Italian. I don't know why. So the more my mom thought about it, the more she liked Tuesday. So she told my dad that if you do not come up with a name for this kid by the time she is born, I am going to name her Tuesday. Now in the Air Force, when a woman goes into labor, the men are not allowed into the delivery room. So when I was born, the nurse asked my mom what name she wanted to call me, and my mom said Tuesday. Well, the nurse said, well, that's not a Catholic name. So my mom said, make her middle name Marie. Now that I knew the story of my name and that it was a joke, the last thing I wanted to do was go through life explaining to everyone how I got my name. I was never going to tell this to anyone. I really didn't want people to think that I was a joke. As a little more time went on, I learned to embrace the fact that I had a story. It wasn't me that was the joke. It was the reason for the name. It wasn't that I was named after someone or my grandmother's name. It was different. It was mine. And I learned to love my story. I still don't share it often. I only tell a few people, only those that I really know closely or that I feel that they really need to know. I'm sorry about the Tuesday Weld thing. It's just an easy answer to the question of how I've got my name. Only the chosen few really know about the truth. And now you can all consider yourselves part of the chosen few. And oh, just a quick little thing. There really is a Tuesday Weld, just so you know. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.